back to Call for Help. I'm Leo Laporte. WordPress is a great blog program. We talk about it all the time. Written by, he's now 22. He probably was like 18 when he wrote it. I want to say Neufeld. I can't remember his name. Anyway, it's a neat software program that everybody uses these days. But it's not just for blogging anymore. I don't know who thought this up. Maybe it was Callie Lewis from Geek Brief TV on the Pod Show podcast network.
I wish I could take credit for it.
Who thought this up? You're using a blog program really to kind of organize your life.
Yeah, it was Scoble actually who sort of inspired the idea. He was saying how he uses his blog. This is sort of different, but it just sort of kind of got us into this thought process. But he uses his blog, like if he's looking for some information, he'll search Scoble plus whatever he's looking for, and it pulls it up like on Google. So it'll be, well, it's actually stuff he's already blogged.
Oh, I see.
So if he's looking for information,
yeah, but that works if you're Scoble.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Because Google pulls up Scoble very quickly. Yeah.
So it just sort of flowed into this idea of using private blogs to organize everything.
Great idea.
And you were saying to-do lists. That's the one thing that I haven't been able to really get to work.
There's
no checkbox, yeah. So it just sort of everything gets lost, and it's not very, it doesn't work so well because I'm a huge to-do list organizer.
It's more really a way to store data, so that information, so you can get back to it easily.
Absolutely. It's about capturing that information that you're going to need at some point.
Now,
so
first of all, how do you make it private? Because you don't want to put all of this personal information out in the public.
Yeah, we'll have instructions for making it private in the show notes.
Okay.
There are a few steps that you need to go through.
But it's something that's built into WordPress. It's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, and you just use that in the host if you're hosting it with WordPress or another host.
This is, by the way, free if you use WordPress.com,
Absolutely,
which is kind of neat.
Exactly.
Yeah. And most blogging software now has a way to say, this is a private post, this is a public post, and don't let anybody but whoever is allowed to see this.
Exactly.
So you and Neil have access to the private stuff.
Correct. I can give you access too if you want.
No, I don't. No, thank you.
No, and another way I use it, so like you can do addresses. So anytime you grab an address, Alex Lindsay was on, or is going to be on.
Yeah, it was cute. Neil just came in.
He was on, right?
He was on. Neil just came in and said, "Oh, Callie, I got Alex's business card, and I put the address into the blog."
Right.
Now it's not out on the public, but it's so that you and Neil now have access to it.
Exactly. So we can pull that up regardless if I'm on my computer or somebody else's.
Or anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I also, because I don't call myself an expert by far, I'm a tech enthusiast, so anytime I learn some information that I actually want to get a hold of later, maybe kind of use it as a study tool.
Doing this. You take notes in it.
I take notes. So if I were a college student right now, I would actually be using WordPress to organize and take notes and study.
Yeah,
so I think it's a really useful tool for that.
Show us your, first of all, you've got a nice design, but that's the nice thing about WordPress. You don't have to spend a lot of time designing it. You just put it in a template. It's pretty,
just pick a template and go.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Callie's Trip Planner. Is this one of many different blogs you have for organizing?
I have two main ones, and then sometimes I think, oh, I need this. And so you don't want to overload.
Right.
Like I have one for what I was just talking about, kind of my study tool, and then one for my addresses and different information that I just need to grab. And so you want to use tagging. So in a situation like this is how actually I got prepared for not Tech TV, for Call for Help.
Yeah.
And so I just kept everything in here.
You put all of these in here.
So, and I
use
tag
tags. That makes it easier to find. So you just could look for all the Call for Help posts.
Exactly. And so you record, you tag it. And so I'm going to go down here, and we can actually log in.
So we're going to see how you would add something to here.
Right.
The nice thing is it has formatting, but you don't have to do HTML to do the formatting. It has kind of its built-in capabilities.
Right. WordPress is very good at that.
Yeah.
You just put in what you want, and it
kind of knows.
It knows, and you.
So here you are in your dashboard. This is your WordPress dashboard.
You just go to the right tab.
This you can do from any website.
Yeah, this is going a little slow, but...
yeah, we have very slow access here.
So you just... Okay.
We're only owned by a big data company.
And if you don't know HTML or if you don't want to use it, you can choose the HTML box here and do everything in HTML, or you can just use the simple bold, italics, everything.
It's like Writely or even Microsoft Word.
Right. Yeah. So let's say... Leo, you want to give me your address?
Yeah, sure. I'll give you my address. Yeah, sure. At Box 1018.
Okay.
This is my real address. Box 1018, Petaluma, California.
Petaluma?
California, 94952. And you could send Liquor, chocolate, anything you want. No, I don't think the post office likes liquor arriving.
Okay.
Oh, but you added it. See, that's the other thing is it's free form, so it can have anything you want in there.
Exactly. So you don't just have to put an address. You can put just notes about anything you need, or child's names, spouse's names.
Right.
I like that kind of thing.
Jennifer's my wife. Henry and Abby are my children.
Yeah.
This is great.
See?
My birthday is November 29th.
See, that's a perfect thing.
Okay.
Wait, what was it?
No. I don't want a
so
birthday
then you
present.
Publish it.
Now, where do you tag it? Did you already tag this, or does that come later?
No, that was my mistake. See, if I forgot to tag it, then I'll go back in.
Okay, so you can edit an existing post?
You can edit, right.
So first let's go back and see the post that you made.
Okay. See, that should bring it up to the beginning of the post here.
Okay.
We'll just talk while it's going.
I'm sorry it's so slow.
No, not at all.
This happens frequently, and we just
So
live
here
with
it is.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
And
oh, look, so it's already in the blog.
So once you're logged in, you have an edit solution.
So now it already has categories call for help. So that's probably a good start, but you might want to add something.
Yeah,
more,
that's
like
actually
addresses.
I set that as I
That's the
accidentally
default.
set that as the default.
Okay.
So, but in here categories, I can unclick at call for help and click address, and then just save.
So you have some default categories that you use, and you can always add more.
Right, because this blog was set up for call for help purposes. So
that's really cool.
I just think it's a really good way to organize and, like I said, study tools. And so I'm sure there's a ton of stuff that I haven't even thought of that people can, whatever they need, they can just kind of try it out and see if it works. Like I said, the to-do list didn't really work for me. Maybe it'll work for somebody else.
The fundamental concept is it's a database, so you can store anything in there. And because of tags and just general searchability, because you can also search via text strings, you can find anything in there. It's always there, and it's there wherever you are.
And you can pull up everything by that category, or you can just search.
Right, so you can have all your addresses. It basically will form an address book for you. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Callie's Trip Planner. If you want to know how to do your own blog, and you can do this absolutely free at WordPress.com, go to our show notes, callforhelptv.com, and of course, don't forget to watch a great podcast, geekbrief.tv. It is must watch 4 days a week, almost every day a week. And to learn more about this segment, again, callforhelptv.com. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with more of your calls. Stay right here.
Action programs up, stand by commercials. Run the icon,
6
Kenny.
product commercials, 4.
Let's roll commercial, ready black.
1.
Fade to black.
Another Pod Show video podcast. Stick it on your screen.